Okay, we are back with another pick a pile. Today is going to be, what do you need to hear? What does the universe want you to know? So we have pile 1, rose quartz. Pile 2 is the Shiva shell. And pile 3 is clear quartz. So take a minute, think about it, do what you need to do, and I will see you in your pile. Pile 1. What do you need to hear? What does the universe want you to know right now? We're going to start off with a deck that I made. Oh, okay. We have I love you and you are strong. Pretty straightforward. You might be feeling like you're alone, or like you're not lovable, or like you might be feeling weak. The truth is, even if we don't feel strong, we can still be strong, okay? And I know that I personally get so tired of people being like, oh, you're so strong, I don't know how you do it, when we don't really have a choice and we don't feel strong. But you still are. We're gonna grab some tarot. This is the Embroidered Forest tarot. It is beautiful. If I was a tarot deck, I would want to be this one. The Hanged Man, 7 of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. And we have the World. And underneath the World is the Tower. So the Hanged Man tells me, along with the Tower, that something has happened, something has changed. Some obstacle or some change, some challenge has come in and made you feel like you don't know what's going on. The Hanged Man is about having patience. That doesn't mean we want to have patience, but it means that we still having patience through whatever this is, whatever it is that's going on, is going to help you. Because we have the 7 of Cups also, which is about confusion. It's about emotional confusion. And then we have the Moon, which is about secrets. It's about intuition. It's about things that are hidden from us. We have the Queen of Swords. we have the world. So something's happened, something's gone on, something that we don't love. And it's made us feel lonely and made us feel like we're alone and we're not strong. But what you need here right now is you just need to wait. Just go through it. Take things day by day. And if that's too much, take things hour by hour. And if that's too much, take things minute by minute. I've been there. It's not easy. It's not fun. There have been times where I've just been counting down the minutes. I didn't even know what I was counting for, but there was another minute behind me. And that might be where you need to be at right now. Because I know that you're confused. I know that you know that something is happening, something is going on, there's something that you're not saying, and you know that. I feel like you know that you're in this state of confusion for a reason, and that might be just killing you. Because we don't like not knowing what's happening. We don't like feeling like we're out of control. And we don't like having patience while we're doing that. We don't like just sitting around while the whole world is on fire and we have no idea what's happening. You feel like you're in the dark and you're confused and you don't know why this has happened. You don't feel like you're strong enough to go through this. You feel like you're alone. You feel like you're not loved because you're in the dark. And the Queen of Swords tells me that you might be trying to logic your way through this, trying to think your way through this, trying to find a reasonable explanation for whatever is happening and how to get out of it. But the World card is about endings of cycles. So this will be over soon. It really will. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is. It's going to be different for everyone who watches this. But it's going to come to an end. And you've made it this far. You are strong. Even if you feel weak, you are loved. Even if you feel alone, like you've been abandoned, you have not. And that's not easy to hear. It's not what you want to hear, I'm sure. I'm sure, because there have been so many times. In fact, right now in life, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what's going on. I'm in the dark, and I don't like it. And I'm struggling right now with this very thing. So I feel you. I really, really do. But all I can tell you is just keep on going. 1 minute at a time if you have to. Let's go with the Moonology Oracle. What does Rose Quartz need to hear right now? Your dreams need a practical plan. Adjustments are required. Surrender to the divine. Work through your fears. And step out of your comfort zone. Your commitment is being tested. Conclusions are within reach. Okay. We already know that your patients are being tested, and we already know the end of the cycle is coming. That's just confirmation. Your dreams need a practical plan, and adjustments are required. That might be why you're feeling over here like the Queen of Swords, trying to think about it, trying to figure it out, trying to know what you need to do, how you need to do it. How do we get through this? How do we do it? How? Because we do need to be practical and we do need to make adjustments if they're necessary. But right now, what you need to do is surrender and have patience. Again, more confirmation with the Hanged Man here. You have to learn to wait. And with the work through your fears here, that's telling me that maybe part of the reason that you're wanting to think your way through this is because you don't want to feel your way through it. And that would be stepping out of your comfort zone. If you're a really practical person and you're not used to feeling your way through things and using emotions to make decisions, or if what you feel is the opposite of what you think or what you think you should think, that's not comfortable. It's confusing. But it's coming to an end, and you are strong. You've made it this far. And you're being tested. Like, your patience are tested, your commitment is tested. It's all being tested. And tests are not fun, straight up. Probably over here feeling like you didn't study for this test. Some tests we just can't study for, though. So, we're gonna get you a little bit of advice and then probably close this out because it's pretty straightforward. All right. Oops. You'll age anyway, so do what you want in the meantime. Time is going to pass. Whether you're waiting patiently, whether you're trying to work your way through things, trying to think your way through things, whether you're fighting this every step of the way or not, time is going to pass. So you can either spend your time fighting, or you can try to feel what you need to feel and do what you need to do and just relax. Believe until you are given a reason not to. Believe that it's okay not to have the answers. And believe that you're not always going to know everything at every moment. You don't have to know everything. If we came to this earth knowing absolutely everything there was to know, why would we even come? Why would we be here? What is the point? And lastly, it takes strength to face yourself and sit with your feelings. Again, more confirmation that this whole moment, this whole change, this whole big thing that happened or is happening is to have you really just sit and feel and work through things, because your feelings are gonna keep coming up until you've learned to work through them and figure out what the reason behind them. Find the why. Because time's gonna pass. Either way, you're gonna keep being tested until you can pass this test. And we live in a society where a lot of us are taught that being emotional makes you weak. And that being emotional means that you lack discipline. But that's not true. It is not. But this will be over soon. It really will. And in the meantime, you're gonna have to sit with yourself. You're gonna have to sit with your feelings and quit distracting yourself, because that's just gonna make things go so much slower. And this guy wanted to come out. Don't let pride hold you back. Again, don't feel like you can't have feelings just because it's not what other people have taught you. You're allowed to feel. And this is whatever has happened, whatever this is that's made you feel weak and made you feel maybe too emotional, or made you feel like you're not able to find your way out of it. It made you feel like you're not lovable because of whatever has happened. Don't be too proud to work through it. Don't bleed on people who did not hurt you. You need to heal from this. we might not be the reason that something has happened. We might not be at fault, but we are responsible for fixing that regardless. You have to get through this dark period. You have to get through this timeout. You have to get through this, and you have to work your way through it emotionally. You have to feel what you need to feel, because if you don't, you're not going to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it, it's going to keep coming back, and that could potentially harm other people emotionally. You don't want to hurt other people just because you've been hurt in the past. Okay? Mistakes are proof that you tried. But at the same time, don't be so afraid of your own feelings and of moving forward that you simply don't. Because we all mess up. We do. And to be afraid to move forward is not living either. Okay? Last card. Take a seat and breathe deep. Again, you need to have patience. You need to surrender. And just do what you can. Not everything needs to be figured out right now. You don't need to have every answer right now. Work with what you do have. Work with what you do know. And go from there. And don't be so stuck in your head about it that you're not using your feelings either. Okay? Let's get some songs, and then we're going to move on to the next pile. What does Rose Quartz need to hear? What song do you want them to listen to? Savior by Beth Crowley. I'm not your savior. So maybe this tower moment, this change, whatever it was, maybe this is you needing to recognize, or beginning to recognize, that you cannot save other people. Only they can do that. You can hold space for them. You can help them. All right, no other songs have come out, so we're gonna stop here. But go ahead and listen to this, okay? The song can be found on YouTube. And I really do wish you luck, and I hope that you can find your way through this. It's not easy being in the dark. It's not easy being tested when you're in the dark and feeling alone and feeling weak and afraid and vulnerable and all of those things. It's not. Nobody wants to feel that way. All right, Rose Quartz. That's what you needed to hear. I do hope that it helped somehow, in some way. If nothing else, then just to reiterate what you already know. Pile number 2. You have the Shiva shell. This is a particular kind of shell that comes off right at the end of the life of whatever sea critter it's on. I forget, I'm sorry. But I apologize if you can hear my neighbor's motorcycle in the background. He's been out there every day for hours, and he's got the loudest motorcycle in town. So, it is what it is. What do you need to hear? Have fun. Okay. Maybe that's what the motorcycle's about. Who knows? Who knows? What do you need to hear? Anything else? No? Alright. We're going to get in with some tarot. This is the Embroidered Forest tarot. It is absolutely stunning. It was a gift. As soon as I saw the advertisement for it, I was so excited, and I shared it on Facebook, and my boyfriend immediately bought it for me because if I was a tarot deck, I would be this one because it just suits me so well. Alright, so why do we need to have fun? What's been going on? What have we been doing? What do we need to hear? 10 of Wands reversed. How about that? Page of Swords reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. And the Hermit. And the Magician. 7 of Pentacles. And under that was Justice, which we'll get to in a minute. 10 of Wands reversed. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the 10 of Wands is depicted as a person with a bundle of wands on their back, and that signifies a heavy burden, really taking a lot of your effort to do. You need to put your wands down, put the burden down, and just learn to have a little bit of fun. No one's saying you can't work, but that doesn't need to be your entire life. Page of Swords reversed. The Page of Swords reversed tells me again, you need to put down your wands. You need to put down the sword. You need to get out of your defensive position. And you need to have some fun. Because the Page of Pentacles reversed is here too. You don't need to be thinking about money right now. You don't need to be thinking about thinking and overthinking and thinking some more. You don't need to be working. You don't need to be doing the most. You don't have to be doing all the things right now. Okay? Because we have the 7 of Pentacles up here. And the 7 of Pentacles tells me that you have already done the work. You've done a lot of work. And your materials that you've been working for and working towards, those seeds have been planted. You've been working on them. You've been watering them. They're going to come. Okay? Even if you're not seeing whatever result it is that you want to see right now, even if you work harder, things take time to grow. Things take time. The Hermit. The Hermit is about going within and not seeking answers or validation outside of ourselves. I'm thinking you guys might be in hermit mode right now because you've been working really hard and you've been carrying the burdens and you've been planting the seeds and growing the seeds and you've been thinking about how to do this better and you've been working on how you're going to build your material wealth, your whatever it is that you're working towards. But what you need to hear right now is you need to have fun, because the Magician here is about self-confidence. It's about knowing that you have everything that you need in order to do whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. So just know that all of this work and this effort that you've put in, it's gonna come. And in the meantime, you're allowed to take breaks. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to do things that make you happy. You don't have to just work and work and work and work and work. You have justice. Justice is about balance. It's about the scales evening out. And you need to balance your work and your leisure. Okay? You need to have some fun. You need to relax, because everything's gonna happen. And I'm not trying to say that you haven't done a good job, because you have. That's the reason that you have this have fun message, because you've been working so hard. You deserve a break. You need a break. Okay? This is gonna take time regardless. So in the time that it's taking for whatever it is that you've been working on to come to fruition, relax, have some fun, take a break, get out of hermit mode, and know that everything has already been done. Nothing's going wrong just because you don't have the results that you might want. Okay? You're doing great. You really are. You're killing it. Let's get some oracles. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Have fun. What does Shiva Shell need to know about having fun? Exaltation. You're going to be exalted for whatever it is that you've been working on. Vision. You've been holding your vision. You've been making sure that everything is going the way that you need it to go. Concentration. You have tunnel vision. So what can we do to have fun? What can Shiva Shell do to have fun? Whoa. Harmony. We're back to balance. We're back to justice. We're back to recognizing that even if we work our hardest, if we don't have the ability to enjoy things in the meantime or once we're done working, then we're missing a big part of the purpose. Empathy. I feel like this is you needing to have some empathy for yourself. You might be someone who puts everybody... Oh look, inheritance. You might be someone who puts your family before yourself, and that's fine. But you need to have some empathy for yourself. You need to worry about yourself. You need to take care of yourself. You need to have fun. You need to recognize that it's all done. It's all coming. Because you've worked your ass off for it. It's gonna happen. You've held the vision. You've concentrated on it. But now it is time for you to have some fun. For you to have some of the enjoyment that you want everyone else to have. Because it's not just the future generations or others that deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay? Health. That's pretty self-explanatory. Don't be so focused on the end goal that you are not taking care of yourself, because you have to make it to the end goal first of all. And you're not going to do that if you're working yourself to death in the meantime. The last one is excitement. Again, have fun. All right? Now is the time. You need to find some excitement, because that's going to be good for your health. And in the long run, that's going to allow you to work hard later. Let's get a couple of affirmations. Shiva Shell. What do you want them to do? How are we going to work on having fun? Contentment. Hardship. And make it God's. Contentment. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly, you remember, I'm right here resting in God. You don't really need to earn rest. You don't need to earn the ability to have fun. You don't need to earn excitement. You don't need to justify that all the time, okay? Hardship. May I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. It's hard. Waiting on your fruit to come in, waiting on things to grow, worrying about whether they're going to happen, if they're going to be good enough, if you're good enough, if you're working hard enough, how can you make it better? That's not a comfortable energy to be in. But that's also not something that you can rush out of when you're waiting on things. Make it God's. Release the idea of my. As soon as you start to say the money, the relationship, the job, there is no grasping. The right actions get shown. Free me from my prison of my, dear Lord. When you stop putting mine, you start putting thee instead. You're not taking the responsibility. You're not taking on sole responsibility for the things that need done, or the money that is needed, or whatever it is that you're working towards. Because maybe that shouldn't all be just your responsibility. Because that's how we get imbalanced. Not sharing the burdens. Because if you want to share the fruits of your labor, then whoever it is that you're sharing with should also want to share their enjoyment, their excitement, the things that they are doing. Okay? Let's see if there are any songs before we close this out and move on. Any songs for Shiva Shell about having fun? Badass by Nefex. Anything else for Shiva Shell? What do they need to hear? What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. Light 'Em Up by Fall Out Boy. And Money Run Low by The Score. These songs can all be found on YouTube. Listen to them. There might be something in there that resonates with you. There might be something in these songs that you should hear. And good luck. Have fun. All right? Relax. Your abundance is coming. Your work will pay off. It really will. But you have to give it time. And during that time, balance yourself out. Good luck, guys. All right, pile number 3, clear quartz. What do you need to hear right now? Does the universe want you to know? Let's just find out. This is a deck that I made personally. I like to use at least one personal deck in each pile, just because pick cards are great, but I don't want people to get so caught up in what they think they need that they're going to miss out on what they should hear. So, what does clear quartz need to hear? Hello, I'm okay. It's time for goodbye. Let it go. You are wise. I think what you need to hear is that it's okay to let go of people. And I think that you know that it's time to reach out to someone. Let them know that things are okay, you're okay. Things are okay between you, but it's time to move on. You have to let some people or some situations go because you know that they're not serving you in some way. Let's get some tarot. This is the Embroidered Forest deck. It is stunning. Like I said in the other piles, if I was a tarot deck, I would want to be this one because it fits me so well. What does clear quartz need? The world. The moon. The Fool reversed. And the Three of Wands reversed. And the Chariot reversed. The World is about the end of a cycle. You're closing out a cycle, or you need to go ahead and close out this cycle. You need to say goodbye. The Moon. The Moon is about mystery. It's about what's hidden. It's about what we don't know. It's about what we can't see and what we're not seeing. The Fool reversed. The Fool is about leaps of faith. It's about excitement. It's about doing things. It's about jumping off the proverbial cliff and not worrying about what's down there. You have to let go. You can only keep yourself in the dark, and you can only hide these feelings and this knowledge for so long. Because you're not in this Fool energy anymore. This is no longer a leap of faith. This is no longer a place that you need to be, or a situation you need to be in, or a relationship you need to be in. This needs to end. And with the Three of Wands reversed, in the traditional Rider-Waite, the Three of Wands is someone looking out at the ocean or at the water. And you're not looking out. You're not looking for, you're no longer searching. because you already know, because you're wise enough to know. With the Chariot reversed, the Chariot's about fast forward movement. And with it being reversed, you know this is not going anywhere. And you know the reason that you need to get yourself out of this, whatever it may be. Why don't we get some oracle cards? This is the Work Your Light Oracle. That was a terrible shuffle. All right. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Anything else? Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. Starseed. What lights you up? And whatever this is that you need to let go of, or whoever this is that you need to let go of, I feel like it's a really heavy decision. And what you need to hear is that even though you know that this is all going on and that it's time, loosening up and finding something and doing something that you enjoy might help break up some of that heavy feeling. It won't make it go away necessarily, but it might help you be able to do what you need to do in order to gather the ability for this. Trust your path. You know that this is your path. You know that saying goodbye is what you need to do and what you're meant to do. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Don't be afraid of failure. Share your voice. Again, you need to be the one to break this off. You need to be the one to go. It's all coming together. Again, what lights you up is not this anymore. Let's get a little bit of advice. What do you want? I listen when others share their opinions and feelings. Think about yourself first. The Four Agreements. This is a book. You might want to read it. The first agreement is be impeccable with your word. Number 2 is don't take anything personally. Number 3 is don't make assumptions. And number 4 is always do your best. Why not? What is it that's holding you back from saying goodbye? Take a seat and breathe deep. This came out in another pile. So with the why not, there have been times where I've had to make decisions that the consequences of those decisions changed my entire life. And this book helped for sure. But why not? What I'm getting at there is it might be helpful to make a list. Why hang on? Why don't hang on? And then when you finally do move forward, because you will at some point, this is not something you're going to be able to hang on to. This is not something that you're going to be able to stand forever. You're not going to be able to do it. Okay? But keep that paper. And after you make that change, 6 months later, read it again. I am telling you, you will look back and it will be completely different. You will feel completely different than when you first wrote it, even if this is the hardest decision of your life, because I've been there. I've said goodbye to people in situations that I thought would always be with me and that I would always be a part of. And I still have those papers, and I still look at them sometimes. And I think about the person that I was when I wrote those papers and the person that I am now. When I think about the person that I was when I wrote those papers and when I personally have had to make choices to say goodbye, seeing how far I've come in just even a short period of time, even 6 months, that might seem like forever right now, but it's really not that long. So that might help. Or even if you write it down and you burn it, that's fine too. Sometimes we just need to physically see. One more. Progress, not perfection. Sometimes leaving a person's situation, whatever, takes time. It's not something that can be done immediately. And sometimes it's not something that's supposed to be done immediately, or it should be done immediately. But as long as you're making forward movement and progress, even if it's slow, as long as you're making those steps, time is going to pass. And you'll get stronger, and you'll get even wiser than you already are. And you will make it. You will be able to say goodbye. You will be able to use your voice, and you will be able to understand later on why that was the right decision. Let's see if there are any songs that would like to come out for you guys. Clear quartz. Any songs for my clear quartz? Badass by Nefex. Brave by Sarah Bareilles. I mean, you saw both of these songs come out of the pile. I didn't handpick them, but they both really fit this message. These can both be found on YouTube. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the camera. All right, clear quartz. That's what you needed to hear. Just confirmation that you are doing good. You really are. And whatever is happening right now is very difficult for you. And this is something that a lot of people are not able to do. A lot of people hold on to things and situations that they know they shouldn't because they are not able to put forth the inner work necessary. But you are, and you have, and you're working on it. And you will. You will get through it. You will say goodbye in your own time. Even if it takes time, that's fine. You'll get there, okay?